My accent is important to me because it connects me to my roots and to my many identities. One of my top identities is that I love language. I get up in the morning because I love language, and I'm an author. I was born in Jerusalem to a Muslim, Arab, Palestinian family. We are Semites. A Semite is a person who speaks a Semitic language. Arabic is a Semitic language, and the Arabs are the largest group of Semites on the planet. When I was 3, a war happened, and I got separated from my family. We got reunited in the morning, but I lost my sense of safety in the world. We also lost our country, so we became refugees in our homeland. One good thing happened during that war is that at a war shelter, on a chalkboard, I met Aleph, the first letter of the Arabic alphabet, and I began my journey of loving words. For 19 years after that war, I lived with no citizenship in the country of my birth, with no human rights, constant fear. I asked myself, how come people don't create 2-story countries like we create 2-story houses? At age 22, I came to America, an immigrant. I noticed that most people don't know very much about Palestine, the Palestinians, and the Arabs, even though everyone uses the Arabic numerals. The connection is not made that the Arabs have contributed greatly to human civilization. I felt homesick. Health insurance doesn't cover homesickness. So I bought a globe. In the morning, I pointed to where Palestine is and said, Sabah al-khair, good morning. It occurred to me that the globe spins, the earth goes around, and it has an atmosphere that's filled with air. Given this fact, the aroma of roasted coffee in Ramallah, the aromas of my mom cooking in her kitchen, the sounds of the calls for prayer, my favorite singers, Abdul Halim, Kulthum, Fairuz, all their voices go up to the air. And the fact that the earth goes around, I get to touch the air of Palestine once every 24 hours. That changed everything for me. And I leaned on my big love, language. No, not Arabic, English. I developed beautiful relationships with 5 words. The first word is perspective. It started in the 90s when NASA launched the Hubble telescope. The Hubble is supposed to take different pictures from different perspectives so that we can understand space and ourselves. I discovered that my identities do the same. I can understand anything from Palestinian identity, Arab identity, Muslim identity, woman identity, American identity. Wow, Hubble living. I wanted more identities, not less. That took me to the word ignore. I noticed that every time I say Palestine, many people put up the verb ignore. I thought, ignore, ignore, ignore makes a person ignorant. Ignore, ignore, ignore makes a culture of ignorance. A culture of ignorance leads us backwards or keeps us stuck. Development and science moving forward say observation, engaging. I wanted to engage this word. So I wrote 2 books. One about my childhood in the war, and one about coming of age in Palestine. I wanted to tell the world, stop ignoring us. We are part of the house of humanity. That took me to the third word, which is integrity. I understood integrity in a different way. I thought it comes from calculus. The Arab contributed a lot to calculus. The area, integration. You take different things, different perspectives. You do not ignore any. Then you have integrity. Everybody wants to have high integrity. With a lot of ignoring, it's really low integrity. That moved me to the next word, number 4, respect. All people want to be respected all the time. When I first encountered this word, I thought, spect, like perspective. It's about seeing. Why is the respect? It turns out that people change every second, and one shot from the Hubble, one speck is not enough. So we don't trust a person who gives us feedback if we think that person does not respect us, doesn't see us as a multidimensional being constantly changing in time and space. We say that person doesn't respect us. They know us just from one angle. That's not enough. That's pretty much nothing. It's like a picture on the wall. When people asked me if Islam oppresses women, I didn't want to respond with that without first respecting myself as a woman, and then respecting actually Islam. To respect myself as a woman, I realized that for a long time women were illiterate. They didn't read or write. The Quran, the text of Islam, is a book. You must be literate in order to interact with it. But now I have 2 languages, many identities, educated, and my number 1 love is language. And this is a book, sacred book, a book. So I took myself to this text, and I opened it. The first thing any Muslim says when they open the Quran is, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Compassionate, merciful. The top qualities of God in Islam. There are 99 qualities, actually many more, but the ones everybody mentions, 99. Compassionate, merciful, from the aspect of English, they look different words. When I looked at it from Arabic, I am wearing this. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Semitic words. All Semitic words have roots. Their root is Rahima. It turns out, from my expecting as a woman, as the person I am, Rahima is the same root of the word womb also. The top 2 qualities of God in Islam share the same root with the word for womb. Womb, rahim, means close relation, place of compassion. Also, many other words. But womb. And I realized it's impossible for this script to be coming to oppress women if this is the case. I respected all of Islam. Looked at history, looked at life. Most likely, the men respected this text from what they know, and they offered it to the society. The respecting of women, the respecting, given what we know about ourselves, is different. To have integrity, we must come together to provide complete respect for our understanding of this faith, of everything. I decided to respect everything all the time. This took me to another word, number 5, solution. We're constantly looking for solutions. I saw a solution from the chemistry perspective. Well, a solution, you take sugar and tea, that's a solution. 2 fluids together, that's a solution. I thought, wow, human beings are mostly made of water. When we come together, we create solutions, and we indeed created amazing solutions for humanity when we came together. We're mostly made of water, and we are social human beings. Social means we like to be together, just like water. Every drop of the solution, every drop of water respecting the other one. I realized for integrity, for no ignoring, for respecting all the time, for having solutions that work for all of humanity, we need to come together. The people who build walls, they ignore chemistry. And the people who segregate, they're ignorant of chemistry and of humanity. it never worked out to segregate people because they're social and they want to get together, and because they are water and they want to create solutions together. So water also brings down walls over time, if you notice. Now, I came up with a word for myself that I invented for the English language, for myself, but I'm going to offer that to you. It's not just solution, it's a soulution, S-O-U-L-U-T-I-O-N. This solution would include everything that is humanity, because we cannot ignore anything and still understand an integrous picture. Solution would include the spiritual realm, from faith, intense faith, to intense atheism. It's all the same people struggling with that realm, the same continuum. Physical, emotional, spiritual, financial, political, everything is part of humanity for us to understand ourselves over time and space and not ignore each other and harm each other. We need to move toward a solution. My name is Ibtisam Barakat. I'm a US citizen who has an accent. Thank you for your attention.